Star Wars Episode 9. Filming extended for 2 months amid rewrites. 2 months. That's a long time, but, as far as extensions go, it could be a hell of a lot worse. How's it going, everybody? This is Phil, and here we are. The the production continues to go on and on and on. And is it any surprise to anybody that they're going to need to extend this for 2 months? I wouldn't be surprised if once that 2 months is over, they're going to need another 2 months. I mean, how much stuff are they putting into this movie? Right? I mean, we already know they're going after the prequel era and the original trilogy and the Clone Wars show and Star Wars Rebels and whatever they're trying to get in there from the expanded universe or the legacy or whatever they call it now. I mean, I don't know. It's non-canon, but now they're bringing stuff back in, so it's going to be canon again. I mean, there's a million actors, there's a million sets, there's a million locations. I mean, 2 months, it's like almost Solo. They're going to shoot the movie twice, except it's one movie. It's insane. And really, J.J. Abrams is going back, and he's essentially retroactively shooting an episode 8 to kind of fix the mistakes that Rian Johnson's made as far as continuity is concerned and helping to flesh out the story that JJ intended it to be. And he's also shooting episode 9 and then, probably not an episode 10 all at the same time, but it's so far reaching with the scope, it appears, for what he's trying to accomplish. It might as well be episode 8, 9, and 10 all wrapped up into one, and to finally bring a conclusion to the Skywalker saga. Although, as far as the Skywalkers are concerned, it really hasn't been much of a trilogy for them as far as it pertains to them in the sequels. So, anyway, we'll see what happens. For right now, let's get moving on with this article, and this is coming to us from express.co.uk. And the author today is not my favorite, which would be Stefan Kyriazis. Today it's going to be Sean Kitchener. So let's see what Sean has in store for us, and we'll be mindful of your spelling and your grammar, sir. So just know that you're being graded on this article. So it says, Star Wars filming has allegedly been extended into 2019, according to a new report. And it goes on to say, filming is said to be taking place in Jordan, as well as at Pinewood Studios here in the UK. Rewrites during the production process are not unusual on any movie, particularly big blockbusters. And it seems Star Wars Episode 9 will be no different, unless it ends up not being a big blockbuster. And the scuttlebutt, people are saying it might not break $1 billion. $1 billion is kind of the benchmark. That's where it wants to cross over into that territory. The fact that it's even a question, maybe not in some people's minds, but a lot of people are kind of curious to see if it kind of peters out in the 900 million, 850 million area. That's going to be really interesting when it's all said and done to see what those receipts are. We'll see. Star Wars News Net claims to have heard from several sources that alterations are being made to the script as filmmaking takes place, and one Pinewood set in particular has allegedly been extended for 2 months. Filming is happening in Jordan and at Pinewood Studios, a source said. Pinewood sets are filming into next year, with one of the sets having been extended to film for an additional 2 months due to a rewrite. In addition to Jordan, the site claims that filming is being eyed in Ireland, Italy, and California, though none are confirmed at this point. Naturally, those potential locations have sparked speculation that old planets from the past movies could be revisited, such as Naboo, which is Italy, Act-2, which is Ireland, and Endor, which would be California. Obviously, Details of the movie are being kept firmly under wraps, but a recent massive schedule change seemingly left Adam Driver scrambling to reorganize his diary. Look, all of this rescheduling, extending the script, everything that's going on, I mean, this can only lead to one thing. There's only one possible conclusion scenario. Obviously, they found more Carrie Fisher footage, and everything has to be rewritten now to get Carrie Fisher footage into this movie as much as possible, even though we have a perfectly fine and alive Mark Hamill who's just swinging in the wind, dying to be Luke Skywalker. Let's continue to just pillage whatever kind of footage we can get from an expired Carrie Fisher that we all do love. But I mean, Jesus, this whole movie is like the Carrie Fisher tribute wrapped up in a Star Wars film trying to close out a sequel trilogy. Poor Luke Skywalker, poor Mark Hamill. And meanwhile, he's out there campaigning to give Carrie Fisher a star on the Walk of Fame. It's just a crazy Star Wars world that we're living in right now. Look, Adam Driver, he was scrambling. He had to reorganize his diary or whatever the hell's going on with that. And there is Jar Jar Abrams, looking old dapper, some kind of a White Castle event. Sounds great. Last week, Adam Driver had to abandon a talk at Cambridge University so he could rehearse for a sequence that, by the sounds of it, was meaty. Well, look, anything involving the very sexy, the very buff Ben Swallow, that beefcake, it's going to be meaty. So, a statement shared by Adam Driver UK read, Star Wars has just had a massive schedule change. And given that they need to shoot next week, they need Adam to rehearse all day tomorrow. So apparently everything, it's a massive schedule change, but he can learn everything he needs to that he needs to know within a single day. So good for him. The guy's a savant. He feels terrible letting everyone down and doing his last minute, but has been left with no choice. Filming for Star Wars Episode 9, still officially untitled. This should be the name of it. Star Wars Episode 9, still officially untitled. Throw that in the theaters. Has been ongoing since early August, soon after director J.J. Abrams officially unveiled the cast. Speaking late last month, Dominic Monaghan joined the saga in an as yet undisclosed role, indicated that he could well be involved in huge set pieces in the second or third acts. Maybe he'll also be Grand Admiral Thrawn. Maybe there'll be a bunch of Admiral Thrawns. Everyone will be Admiral Thrawn in this movie. Attack of the Thrawns, we'll call it. And there's Jake. How's it going, Jake? How you been? He is one of the several new characters joining the Star Wars universe in the upcoming movie. Naomi Ackie, Richard E. Grant, that's the other Thrawn. So there's two Thrawns now in this movie, and Kerry Russell as Mary J, but she's not Mary J. She might be Ahsoka, but that's a crazy pothead Kevin Smith theory that's floating around out there like a cloud of weed. He's in a haze to come up with a theory like that. Are also on board in mystery roles. And Billy D. Williams, who, Jesus, I forgot about Billy D. at this point. Everything else was so far removed from this being news with everything else. I forgot about poor Billy D. That poor guy. They finally bring him back, and it's in this one last film that's just mired with everything else, trying to punch its way out of a corner. To close out this whole entire saga. Poor Billy D. The fans love you. Billy D is reprising his role, his originally trilogy role of Lando Calrissian, smoothest dude in the galaxy. Mark Hamill will be back as Jake Skywalker, despite the character being killed off in last year's The Last Jedi. And the late Carrie Fisher will be seen courtesy of unused footage from the last two movies in the saga, and apparently is not even going to die in the movie, as she makes it out alive. So they just can't bring themselves to get rid of Princess Leia. Daisy Ridley's back. Adam Beefcake Driver, John Boyega, Oscar Isaac, Lupita Nyong'o, Domhnall Gleeson, everyone's favorite Kelly Marie Tran as Rose Tico, Eunice Suetamo That's Chewbacca, Billy Lord, Carrie Fisher's daughter, and Anthony Daniels all return to their previous characters. Star Wars Episode 9 is out in late 2019, coming to a theater near you. So, it's all craziness. As far as this is concerned, and this extension, I mean, this is par for the course under the Kathleen Kennedy regime. Although, apparently JJ's kind of got he's ruling the roost with this one. So I guess this is going to be all on him. But it's always been said that J.J. Abrams hasn't been much of a closer. I mean, the guy can start something off spectacularly, but his endings kind of fizzle out. If you go back and watch The Force Awakens, I was completely baffled and unsatisfied and by that ending, where I mean, I get it was kind of a cliffhanger, but to see Luke Skywalker, he doesn't utter a word, and then there's like a one shot where it's just kind of sweeping around the two over on Act 2, and then it's just a screen swipe and it rolls to credits, and I'm like, all right, well, that was kind of a cool movie, but man, what a way to end. You spend the whole entire movie running around the galaxy looking for Luke Skywalker, and then you finally find him. We lost Han, so we're not going to get that reunion, and they just closed the movie out. And I was just like, wait a minute, that was just 2 hours for that. 30 plus years waiting for this moment, and now Mark Hamill, he's got to stay alive to shoot the next episode here. I mean, look, lives are on the line. These actors aren't getting any younger, and look what happened with poor Carrie Fisher. So, and then we get Last Jedi. I mean, completely wasted a character like Luke Skywalker. But look, these extensions on these movies, with Episode 9. I mean, look, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes beyond 2 months. Like I said, it just there's so much going on. I wouldn't be surprised if the shooting schedule for this movie gets extended so far that they're actually still shooting the movie the day of release on December 19th. So it'll actually be the only movie ever released in theaters to actually be a live broadcast, so to speak. I mean, well, I guess there's one movie that's actually tried this before.
Try here. Stop. What the hell am I looking at? When does this happen in the movie?
Now. You're looking at now, sir. Everything that happens now is happening now.
What happened to then?
We passed then.
When?
Just now. We're at now.
Go back to then.
When?
Now.
Now?
Now.
I can't.
Why?
We missed it.
When?
Just now.
When will then be now? Soon.
Anyway, guys, as always, thank you for watching. It's always greatly appreciated. Feel free to comment down below and like this video. If it's your first time here, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. The next time I post a video, you'll be the first one to know. And that's really it. So I will talk to you guys sometime soon. Weekend's coming up. Hope you have a good one if I don't speak to you before then. And as always, be happy, be safe, be healthy. Have a great night, guys. Bye-bye.